Sigmund Freud. As the founder of psychoanalysis, Freud emphasized the role of the unconscious mind and childhood experiences in shaping human behavior. He developed key concepts such as the id, ego, and superego, and the stages of psychosexual development. Freud's theories have been both criticized and influential, and continue to shape the field of psychology today. Ivan Pavlov. Pavlov is best known for his classical conditioning experiments on dogs, which showed how animals can learn to associate neutral stimuli with specific responses. His work helped to establish the principles of behaviorism and paved the way for later research on learning and memory. Pavlov's legacy continues to influence the field of psychology and beyond. Carl Jung. Jung developed analytical psychology, which focused on the role of the collective unconscious and archetypes in shaping human behavior. He also emphasized the importance of individuation, or the process of developing a unique sense of self. Jung's work has had a lasting impact on the fields of psychology and psychotherapy, as well as on popular culture. John Watson. As the founder of behaviorism, Watson emphasized the importance of observable behavior and environmental factors in shaping human behavior. He conducted controversial experiments on infants to test the effects of conditioning on emotions and behaviors. Watson's work helped to establish psychology as a scientific discipline and influenced later research on learning and behavior. B.F. Skinner. Skinner is one of the most influential psychologists in the history of behaviorism and is known for his research on operant conditioning and the principles of reinforcement and punishment. He developed the concept of the Skinner box, which allowed for controlled experimentation on animal behavior. Skinner's work has had a profound impact on the fields of psychology, education, and even social and political theory. Abraham Maslow. Maslow is best known for his hierarchy of needs, which proposed that human beings have a basic set of physiological and safety needs that must be met before higher-level needs can be pursued. He emphasized the importance of self-actualization and peak experiences, and was a major proponent of humanistic psychology. Maslow's work has influenced a wide range of fields, including education, business, and self-help. Erikson. Erikson developed a theory of psychosocial development, which proposed that individuals progress through a series of stages from infancy to adulthood, each marked by a particular crisis or challenge. He emphasized the importance of identity formation and the role of social relationships in shaping human behavior. Erikson's work has had a lasting impact on the fields of psychology, education, and social work. Gordon Allport. Allport is known for his work on personality psychology, particularly his concept of trait theory. He emphasized the importance of individual differences and the uniqueness of each individual's personality. Allport's work has influenced later research on personality and motivation, as well as the development of psychological assessments and interventions. Jean Piaget. Piaget is best known for his theory of cognitive development, which proposed that children progress through a series of stages in their ability to think and reason. He emphasized the importance of children's active exploration of the world and their own mental processes. Piaget's work has had a major impact on the fields of education and developmental psychology. Lev Vygotsky. Vygotsky is known for his sociocultural theory of development, which proposed that cognitive development is influenced by social and cultural factors. He emphasized the importance of language and social interaction in shaping human cognition. Vygotsky's work has influenced the fields of education, cognitive psychology, and cultural psychology. Kurt Lewin. Kurt Lewin was a German-American psychologist who is considered the father of modern social psychology. He is known for his work on group dynamics, leadership, and organizational behavior. Lewin developed the concept of action research, which involves applying scientific methods to real-world problems in order to effect change. One of his most famous studies is the three-step model of change, which proposes that change occurs in 3 stages: unfreezing, changing, and refreezing. Lewin's legacy continues to influence social psychology, organizational psychology, and management theory today. Carl Rogers. Rogers was an American psychologist and one of the founders of humanistic psychology. He is known for his development of client-centered therapy, which emphasizes the therapist's unconditional positive regard for the client and the client's self-directed growth. Rogers also contributed to the fields of education and cross-cultural psychology, advocating for learner-centered approaches and promoting intercultural understanding. His ideas on empathy, congruence, and unconditional positive regard continue to influence counseling and psychotherapy today. Edward Tolman. Tolman was an American psychologist who made significant contributions to the fields of cognitive psychology and learning theory. He proposed the idea of latent learning, which suggests that learning can occur without reinforcement and that behavior is influenced by cognitive maps or mental representations of the environment. Tolman's work on cognitive maps was particularly influential, as it paved the way for the development of cognitive psychology as a distinct field of study. He also conducted research on motivation and introduced the concept of purposive behaviorism, which emphasized the importance of goal-directed behavior. Clark L. Hull. Hull was an American psychologist who is best known for his influential theory of behaviorism. Hull proposed that behavior is a product of the interaction between environmental factors and internal states, such as motivation and reinforcement history. He also developed a mathematical formula known as the Hullian learning theory, which attempted to quantify learning and predict behavior. Hull's theory was criticized for its mechanistic view of human behavior, but it had a significant impact on psychology and contributed to the development of other theories such as social learning theory. Hans Eysenck. Eysenck was a German-British psychologist who is known for his contributions to personality psychology and psychometrics. He proposed a two-dimensional model of personality, which included the dimensions of extroversion, introversion, and emotional stability neuroticism. Eysenck also conducted research on intelligence and the genetics of personality, proposing that certain personality traits are inherited. He was a controversial figure in psychology, with some of his views being criticized for their lack of empirical support and potential biases. But his work had a significant impact on personality psychology and psychometrics. Donald Hebb. Hebb was a Canadian psychologist who made significant contributions to the fields of neuropsychology and learning theory. He proposed the idea of Hebbian learning, which suggests that neural connections are strengthened when two neurons are activated at the same time. Hebb's work on the neural basis of learning and memory was influential, as it helped to pave the way for the development of cognitive neuroscience. Albert Bandura. Bandura was a prominent psychologist known for his contributions to social cognitive theory. His research focuses on how people's beliefs, attitudes, and behaviors are shaped by their environment and their own experiences. Bandura is famous for his experiments on observational learning and modeling, which demonstrated that people can learn new behaviors by observing others. He also developed the concept of self-efficacy, which refers to a person's belief in their own ability to achieve specific goals. Bandura's work has had a significant impact on the fields of psychology, education, and health behavior. Leon Festinger. Festinger was a social psychologist who is best known for his work on cognitive dissonance theory. This theory suggests that when people hold two conflicting beliefs, attitudes, or values, they experience a psychological discomfort called cognitive dissonance. Festinger's research demonstrated that people are motivated to reduce this dissonance by changing their beliefs or behaviors. He also developed the concept of social comparison theory, which suggests that people evaluate their own abilities and opinions by comparing themselves to others. Festinger's contributions to social psychology have had a lasting impact on our understanding of human motivation and behavior. Solomon Asch. Asch was a social psychologist who is famous for his experiments on conformity. In his experiments, he showed that people are more likely to conform to the opinions of a group, even when they know that the group is wrong. Asch's research demonstrated the powerful influence of social pressure on individual behavior and decision-making. He also conducted studies on impression formation and stereotyping, showing that people often form judgments about others based on minimal information. Asch's research has had a lasting impact on the fields of social psychology, sociology, and communication. Stanley Milgram. Milgram was a social psychologist known for his controversial experiments on obedience to authority. In these experiments, participants were asked to deliver electric shocks to a learner, who was actually a Confederate, when they made mistakes on a task. Despite the fact that the shocks were fake, most participants continued to administer them at the instruction of the experimenter. Milgram's research demonstrated the power of situational factors in shaping human behavior and raised important ethical questions about the use of deception in psychological research. His work has had a lasting impact on our understanding of obedience, conformity, and the influence of authority. Harry Harlow. Harlow is best known for his experiments with infant monkeys that helped to illustrate the importance of social bonding and attachment. In his experiments, Harlow separated infant monkeys from their mothers and raised them with surrogate mothers made of either wire or cloth. He found that the monkeys strongly preferred the cloth mother, even when it provided no food, indicating that contact comfort is a critical aspect of infant attachment. Roger Sperry. Sperry was a neuroscientist who conducted groundbreaking research on split-brain patients, which led to the discovery that the two hemispheres of the brain have different functions. Sperry found that the left hemisphere is primarily responsible for language and logical reasoning, while the right hemisphere is more involved in spatial awareness and creativity. This discovery had significant implications for our understanding of brain function and led to the development of cognitive neuroscience as a field. Noam Chomsky. Chomsky is a linguist who is best known for his theories about language acquisition and his criticism of behaviorist theories of language learning. Chomsky proposed that humans have an innate capacity for language, and that language acquisition is guided by a set of rules that are hardwired into the brain. He also argued that language is not just a tool for communication, but an essential part of human cognition. George A. Miller. Miller was a cognitive psychologist who studied memory and language processing. Miller is perhaps best known for his research on the magical number 7, which suggests that people can only hold about 7 pieces of information in their short-term memory at once. Miller's work has had a significant impact on our understanding of cognitive processes, and his ideas continue to influence research in cognitive psychology today. Ulrich Neisser. Neisser was a pioneer in the field of cognitive psychology, and his book Cognitive Psychology is considered a classic in the field. Neisser's research focused on topics such as perception, memory, and attention, and he was a strong advocate for the idea that psychology should be more focused on the study of mental processes. Richard Lazarus. Lazarus was a psychologist who studied emotion and stress. He proposed that emotions are not just passive reactions to events, but are actively constructed by individuals based on their interpretation of a situation. Lazarus also developed the theory of cognitive appraisal, which suggests that the way people think about a situation can impact their emotional response to it. Jerome Bruner. Bruner was a cognitive psychologist who studied how people acquire and use knowledge. He proposed that people construct knowledge through a process of discovery and problem-solving, rather than simply absorbing information. Bruner also developed the concept of scaffolding, which refers to the process of providing support to learners as they work on challenging tasks. Herbert Simon. Simon was a social scientist who studied decision-making and problem-solving. He developed the concept of bounded rationality, which suggests that people make decisions based on limited information and cognitive resources. Simon also made significant contributions to the development of artificial intelligence and computer science. Jean Chall. Chall was an educational psychologist who studied how children learn to read. She developed a model of reading development that suggests that children progress through several stages as they learn to read, from simple recognition of individual letters to more complex comprehension of written text. Chall's work had a significant impact on the development of reading instruction programs in schools. Robert Rosenthal. Rosenthal is a notable psychologist who is known for his work on the self-fulfilling prophecy and the Pygmalion effect, which shows that people's expectations can influence others' performance. In Pygmalion in the Classroom, he demonstrated how teachers' expectations of their students can affect their academic performance. He has also conducted research on nonverbal communication and developed methods to measure subtle cues in interpersonal interactions. His work has important implications for education, interpersonal relationships, and our understanding of human behavior. Martin Seligman. Seligman is a prominent psychologist known for his contributions to the field of positive psychology. He has been involved in the development of various theories related to learned helplessness and positive psychology interventions. Seligman's theory of learned helplessness suggests that when individuals feel that they have no control over their situation, they become passive and lose motivation. He has also developed several positive psychology interventions that aim to help individuals build resilience and increase their well-being, such as the 3 good things exercise. Mary Ainsworth. Ainsworth was a developmental psychologist who is best known for her contributions to attachment theory. She developed the strange situation procedure, which is used to assess infant attachment patterns. Ainsworth identified 3 main attachment styles: secure, insecure avoidant, and insecure resistant. Her work has had a significant impact on our understanding of how early attachment experiences shape our relationships throughout life. Robert Cialdini. Cialdini is a social psychologist known for his work on persuasion and influence. His book, Influence, The Psychology of Persuasion, identifies 6 principles of persuasion: reciprocity, scarcity, authority, consistency, liking, and consensus. Cialdini's work has been applied in a variety of fields, including marketing, sales, and politics, and has had a significant impact on our understanding of how people are influenced by others. Anne Anastasi. Anastasi was a prominent psychologist known for her contributions to the field of psychological testing. She developed the concept of differential psychology, which examines individual differences in personality, intelligence, and other traits. Anastasi also contributed to the development of standardized tests, including the Wechsler Intelligence Scale and the Minnesota Multiphasic Personality Inventory. Her work has had a significant impact on the field of psychology and continues to influence research and practice in psychological assessment. John Bowlby. Bowlby was a British psychiatrist and psychoanalyst who is best known for his work on attachment theory. He suggested that early experiences with caregivers play a critical role in shaping later relationships and mental health outcomes. Bowlby identified 4 phases of attachment, including the pre-attachment phase, attachment in the making phase, clear-cut attachment phase, and formation of reciprocal relationships. His ideas have had a significant impact on our understanding of child development and attachment. Paul Ekman. Ekman is a psychologist known for his work on emotion and facial expressions. He has identified 6 universal facial expressions that are believed to be innate: happiness, sadness, surprise, fear, anger, and disgust. Ekman's work has had a significant impact on our understanding of how emotions are expressed and perceived, and has been applied in fields such as law enforcement, mental health, and entertainment. Richard Bandler. Bandler is a psychologist known for his contributions to the field of neurolinguistic programming, NLP. NLP is a set of techniques and strategies for personal development and communication that is based on the idea that language and behavior are interconnected. Bandler co-created NLP with John Grinder in the 1970s, and the approach has been applied in various fields, including business, education, and therapy. John Grinder. Grinder is a linguist and psychologist who co-created the field of neurolinguistic programming, NLP. He developed NLP with Richard Bandler as a methodology for modeling excellence in human behavior and communication. Grinder's work involves analyzing patterns in human behavior, language, and thought processes to help people achieve their goals. He has authored several books on NLP and made notable contributions to transformational grammar and the linguistic structure of hypnotic language. Grinder has also worked as a consultant for organizations like the FBI and the U.S. Army. Albert Ellis. Ellis was an American psychologist who founded Rational Emotive Behavior Therapy, REBT. He believed that irrational beliefs are at the root of emotional and behavioral problems and developed techniques to help people change their thinking patterns. Ellis published numerous books and articles on REBT and was a major influence on the development of cognitive behavioral therapy. Aaron Beck. Beck is an American psychiatrist who is best known for developing cognitive therapy, a type of psychotherapy that focuses on identifying and changing negative thinking patterns. Beck has authored numerous books and articles on cognitive therapy and is considered one of the most influential psychologists of the 20th century. Edward Deci. Deci is an American psychologist who is best known for his work on intrinsic motivation. He developed self-determination theory, which proposes that people are motivated by innate psychological needs for autonomy, competence, and relatedness. Deci has authored numerous articles and books on motivation and is considered one of the most important researchers in the field. Richard Ryan. Ryan is an American psychologist who co-developed self-determination theory with Edward Deci. His research focuses on understanding the processes by which individuals become motivated and engaged in their lives. Ryan has authored numerous articles and books on motivation and well-being. James Pennebaker. Pennebaker is an American social psychologist who is best known for his work on the relationship between language and emotion. He developed the concept of linguistic styles and has conducted extensive research on the links between language use and psychological health. Pennebaker has authored numerous books and articles on the subject and is considered one of the leading experts in the field. Martin Fishbein. Fishbein was an American psychologist who is best known for his work on the theory of reasoned action. His research focused on understanding the factors that influence behavior, and he developed models to predict how attitudes and beliefs influence behavior. Fishbein authored numerous articles and books on his theories and was considered one of the most influential social psychologists of his time. George Kelly. Kelly was an American psychologist who developed personal construct theory, a theory of personality that emphasizes the role of individual interpretation and perception. His theory proposes that people create their own unique models of the world based on their experiences, and that these models influence their behavior. Kelly published numerous books and articles on personal construct theory and is considered one of the most important humanistic psychologists of the 20th century. Arthur Janov. Janov was an American psychologist who developed primal therapy, a controversial form of psychotherapy that involves re-experiencing repressed emotions from childhood. He believed that emotional trauma was at the root of many psychological problems, and that primal therapy could help individuals overcome their past traumas. Janov authored numerous books on primal therapy and was considered a controversial figure in the field of psychology. Ellen Langer. Langer is an American psychologist who is best known for her work on mindfulness. She developed the concept of mindfulness without meditation and has conducted extensive research on how mindfulness can improve health and well-being. Langer has authored numerous books and articles on mindfulness and is considered one of the leading experts in the field. Carol Dweck. Dweck is an American psychologist who is best known for her work on mindset. She developed the concept of a growth mindset, which proposes that individuals who believe that their abilities can be developed through hard work and dedication are more likely to achieve their goals. Dweck has authored numerous books and articles on mindset and is considered one of the most important researchers in the field of motivation. Steven Pinker. Pinker is a prominent cognitive psychologist, linguist, and author who has written numerous influential books on language, cognition, and human nature. He has made significant contributions to our understanding of language acquisition and evolution, and has been a vocal advocate for the use of reason and science in public discourse. Pinker has also explored controversial topics such as the nature of consciousness and the role of genetics in human behavior. Daniel Kahneman. Kahneman is a Nobel laureate and psychologist whose research has had a profound impact on fields such as economics, psychology, and decision-making. He is best known for his work on prospect theory, which demonstrated that people's choices are influenced not only by the potential gains or losses, but also by the way the options are framed. Kahneman's work has also led to the development of behavioral economics, which integrates psychological insights into economic models. Angela Duckworth. Duckworth is a psychologist and author who has made significant contributions to our understanding of achievement and success. Her research has focused on the concept of grit, which refers to the combination of passion and perseverance for long-term goals. Duckworth has shown that grit is a key predictor of achievement and has developed interventions to help people develop grit and achieve their goals. Richard Davidson. Davidson is a neuroscientist who has used brain imaging techniques to investigate the neural basis of emotions, such as happiness and compassion. He is known for his research on the plasticity of the brain and has demonstrated that mindfulness and meditation can change the structure and function of the brain. Davidson has also developed interventions aimed at promoting well-being and reducing stress. Alison Gopnik. Gopnik is a developmental psychologist who has studied children's learning and cognitive development. She is known for her research on the theory of mind, which is the ability to understand the mental states of others. Gopnik has also explored the concept of over-imitation, which refers to the tendency of children to copy actions that are irrelevant to achieving a goal. Jonathan Haidt. Haidt is a social psychologist who has made significant contributions to our understanding of morality and political psychology. He is known for his research on moral psychology, which explores how moral judgments are made and how they vary across cultures. Haidt has also examined the psychological underpinnings of political ideology and has shown that liberals and conservatives have different moral intuitions. Dan Ariely. Ariely is a behavioral economist who has made significant contributions to our understanding of decision-making and consumer behavior. He is known for his research on the irrationality of human decision-making and has shown that people often make choices that are not in their best interest. Ariely has also explored how people's behavior is influenced by social norms and has developed interventions aimed at helping individuals make better decisions. Lisa Feldman Barrett. Barrett is a psychologist who has made significant contributions to our understanding of emotions and the brain. She is known for her research on the theory of constructed emotion, which suggests that emotions are not pre-programmed in the brain, but instead are constructed by the brain based on contextual and situational cues. Barrett has also explored how the brain creates and represents emotions, and has developed interventions aimed at helping individuals regulate their emotions more effectively. Barry Schwartz. Schwartz is a psychologist who has studied the psychology of choice and decision-making. He is known for his research on the paradox of choice, which suggests that having too many options can lead to decision paralysis and decrease satisfaction with our choices. Schwartz has also explored how people's values and beliefs influence their decisions and has developed interventions aimed at helping individuals make better choices in their lives. Richard Thaler. Thaler is a behavioral economist who has made significant contributions to our understanding of decision-making and economic behavior. He is known for his research on behavioral economics, which takes into account the psychological and social factors that influence economic decision-making. Thaler has shown that people often behave irrationally in economic situations and has developed interventions aimed at helping individuals make better financial decisions. He was awarded the Nobel Memorial Prize in Economic Sciences in 2017 for his work in the field of behavioral economics. Susan Fiske. Fiske is a social psychologist who has studied stereotypes, prejudice, and social cognition. She is known for her research on the stereotype content model, which suggests that people categorize others based on two dimensions: warmth, that is, whether they are perceived as friendly and trustworthy, and competence, that is, whether they are perceived as capable and skilled. Fiske has also explored the psychological processes underlying prejudice and has developed interventions aimed at reducing bias and promoting social inclusion. Jordan Peterson. Peterson is a clinical psychologist who has gained a large following for his views on personality, morality, and social and political issues. He is known for his work on personality psychology and the Big Five personality traits: openness, conscientiousness, extroversion, agreeableness, and neuroticism, as well as his controversial views on gender, political correctness, and free speech. Peterson has written several popular books, including 12 Rules for Life, An Antidote to Chaos, which has sold millions of copies worldwide. Thank you for watching. Hit subscribe for more informative lists and concept deep dives. Have a great day or night or wherever you are in the solar cycle. Peace.